I just spoke with the owner of a number of these orchards and a number of the homes that Stu was just talking about. First, take a live look at the scene here. Oh, they just brought back in the water dropping chopper right now, so that's good news. As Stu just reported, a drone may have forced them to stop, which is just unbelievable that that could hamper the firefight here. But good news is it looks like they are back. I just saw that chopper fly over one of the immense raging fires that's going on here. We're on La Loma, on the west part of La Loma right now. The fire is tracking west, and the flames are just incredible from where we are. Very, very intense. We also have more video from Sky 2 from a short time ago as the firefight was going on. There are just so many orchards, trees, avocado orchards, citrus, and dry fuel here, of course, and so this stuff just goes up so quickly. And as you take a look at some ground video here, you can see firefighters just doing everything they can. Such a dramatic fight from the ground to protect a number of homes here. As we said, about 7,500 people have been evacuated from the area. These folks got out at a moment's notice. I spoke with a man who says he owns some of the orchards here and a home, and he, at this point, says he's just not yet ready to evacuate. What are you guys doing? Are you planning to evacuate?
No. The smoke doesn't get bad here, the way the fire's going, so we stay here.
You're going to stay the night?
If the wind changed, I'd leave.
Do you have a go bag?
No.
But you're prepared?
I can
At
leave.
least mentally.
I can leave. Hopefully this house don't go, because I didn't take nothing out of it.
Southern California faced another assault by wildfires driven by major winds, and firefighters are now battling new flames. Here's Stephanie Sy.
Before dawn in San Bernardino, Santa Ana winds sent a blowtorch burning through half a dozen homes. Flames raced downhill, driven by gusts of up to 70 miles an hour, and with little warning.
I could smell smoke. People started screaming down the street and everything else, so we came out and started wetting things down, and things kind of just went downhill from there.
Crews battled to turn back the fire, but the fierce wind made it difficult and dangerous. In short order, officials ordered some 1,300 residents to evacuate 500 homes as the fire kept spreading.
This fire moves so fast and continues to have the potential to move so quickly that if folks don't evacuate when we ask them to, it'll be very difficult to try to get them out.
In Northern California's wine country, most mandatory evacuations for the Kincaid fire have now been lifted. And Pacific Gas and Electric has moved to restore power to hundreds of thousands of people. Some had been in the dark since the weekend.
Strong Santa Ana winds sweep California as destructive wildfires rage across our state. I'm Marianne Kushi, and here's what's up. Extreme red flag conditions in Southern California have fueled yet another wildfire, this time in Simi Valley. Take a look as the Easy Fire burned near homes and the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library this morning. Meantime, the largest fire burning in California is the 76,000-acre Kincaid fire in Sonoma County. This video is from the front lines of that fire as San Francisco firefighters drove through the flames. And in LA, the cause of the Getty fire was captured on dash cam video. A tree branch fell onto live power lines, causing the spark that began it all.
The wind broke off a tree branch, through that tree branch because of these strong winds far enough to cause a spark off a line that is still intact there, most likely caused those sparks to fall and begin this fire, and then we were off to the races.
The firefighters barely have time to rest. Southern California could see the stronger winds of the season during a red flag warning that's in effect until 6 p.m. on Thursday. There are some power shutoffs in place, and 7 school districts are closed Wednesday.
And good evening. You're watching Late News Tonight on the ABC 10 Information Network. I'm Ananda Rochita.
And I'm Brandon Rittiman. It's a busy news day. More than 3 million people have no electricity in Northern California. It's a planned blackout by PG&E meant to prevent wildfires. And yet, We've seen fires all over Northern California today. The biggest of those fires raises new questions about whether PG&E's shutoff strategy actually works.
Now, first we're tracking the Kincaid fire in Sonoma County. The latest update from CAL FIRE shows the fire is now at 54,000 acres. 94 buildings have been destroyed, nearly 200,000 people forced to evacuate. But keep in mind, these numbers may have changed since the last update. CAL FIRE updates us twice a day, in the morning and at night. Now, ABC 10's Kevin John is in Sonoma County tonight.
Yeah, that's right, guys. I'm actually going to just take this down just for this shot right here. The air quality out here is just horrendous, so you'll see a lot of us wearing masks. But at any rate, yeah, we're currently in Windsor right now. This is where the head of the fire is, and the Kincaid fire and where it's heading. At this point, over 54,000 acres have burned. As you can see behind me, this is what's left of a barn that actually has been burnt to the ground. There's actually a few other barns in this area that firefighters are out here trying to salvage before it gets there. Excuse me, the air out here is just really, really bad. So just hang with me. But as you can see out in the distance, all you can see is just fire and flames for miles out there in the distance. Firefighters are doing everything that they can to contain it. At last check, we understand it's only at 5% contained. And one of the things that's not helping that is the wind. Over the last 24 hours, we've been getting a huge gust of wind coming in this direction. Keep in mind, this fire started about 13 miles from where we're at right now. But due to those heavy winds, it has just been carried it on over in this direction. So with that being said, a lot of people in this area have been forced to evacuate. We were talking to a resident earlier about 3 miles away from here that was saying they're trying to evacuate. They're just trying to get their cat and their dogs and all their other animals. So you can just imagine the challenges that provides when, you know, people obviously have to leave their home at a second's notice. So, you know, there are a list of evacuation centers that we have on our website, abc10.com. But once again, I mean, this is the scene out here. As you can just see, just for miles and miles, just nothing but fire and flames. It is a little bit better contained than it was when we first got out here. When we first got out here, I mean, there were flames shooting all over the place. Is a little bit better, but once again, this wind is not helping the fire. It's helping the fire spread, but it's not helping the job of the firefighters as they continue to try to fight it. So we're continuing to keep you guys updated on our website, abc10.com. But for now, I'm in Windsor, and this is where the head of the fire is at. So I'm going to turn it back over to you guys. I'm going to put my mask back on for this air.
Fire sparked along I-8, the flames causing crews to shut down some lanes of the freeway.
Yeah, 10 News reporter Natay Holmes joins us live near Boulevard. And Natay, like we mentioned, we don't have a red flag warning here, but conditions still very dry around the county.
That's right. And as you mentioned, Mel, we don't need a red flag warning in order for a brush fire to start. We can just see, this is a testament to that this morning. We are out here in the Crestwood Boulevard area, just along Interstate 8, and you can see a brush fire started out here this morning, and you can still see some of those flames burning. We do see some embers blowing in the wind here. Again, as we were making our way up here, there was little to no wind, but as soon as we passed through Alpine, we could definitely feel that wind picking up out here this morning, and you can see this is a result of that. Now, I just got off the phone with the public information officer with CAL FIRE, and we're told that the fire started near Old Highway 80 at Tierra del Sol Road, and they're estimating right now 10 to 20 acres. But once the sun is up, they'll be able to get a more accurate number of actually how many acres burned out here this morning. Now, fire crews will be out here pretty much throughout the morning. We're told that fire crews did get a good handle on it, though, and they were able to hold the fire at Highway 80. Multiple units out here this morning, 25 engines, 8 hand crews and 2 dozers, and of course crews will be out here mostly throughout the morning, especially when those suns come up. But we want to take you to some video. This morning a driver along Interstate 8 saw the flames and called 911, and you can see the orange and yellow flames just glowing in the dark there. Now, we're told that no structures are in danger at this time. Nothing has been damaged, but investigators will be out here looking into the cause. Now, we're told luckily no one has been injured. There wasn't a need for any airdrops. A lot of the ground crews were able to get the fire under control, so that is definitely good news. But you can see these embers still kind of blowing in the wind. It's definitely smoky out here, and you can see the glow out here from the flames here in this brush area. But again, we just want to remind you, again, we don't need a red flag warning for a brush fire to start. If you are driving along, just driving anywhere at this time, we know that the winds may be picking up. Make sure there's nothing dragging underneath your car, as well as please do not throw any cigarettes out of your window. Live in Boulevard, Nate Holmes, 10 News.